Good afternoon, everyone. As you know, the provider reports are a vital tool in keeping up with your performance, and I'm hoping that all of you have gone in and looked at your reports. I know that some of you have because we received some feedback on ways to improve the reports to help make them a little easier to understand or to read, and we've taken that feedback, and we do have some changes to the reports that I would like to go over with you today. As you can see, the first page of the report there are no changes to that. You're still going to see the dates the data was collected. For instance, in this example, April 1st, 2012 to March 31st, 2013. You still have the disclaimer at the bottom. Where we're going to start to see some changes is in the letter, and I hope that everyone goes in and reads the letter from Andy Allison. It does give you some updates on the Payment Improvement Initiative. This letter will also tell you that the report is either in the preparatory phase and the data and analysis is historical only, or it's in the performance period and therefore eligible for risk and gain sharing. So please be sure that when you get your report, you go in and look at that letter very carefully. The next page is the table of contents. I've listed all of the episodes that are current, plus some episodes that are going to be active in the next few months, in the next quarter. Your report will only show those episodes for which you are a principal account provider. So it may only show 3 or 4, or if you're a principal account provider for all episodes, it will show that. There's also a glossary at the end, so there's not much change to that. It's just that as we add episodes, this page can get a little longer. Here's one of the big changes, and I think this one is a really good change. Before, we had little boxes on this performance summary with X's and check marks to say whether you are acceptable or not acceptable or have met quality standards. Now we've got a line item. You have your episode of care, and notice in this there is a separate line for level 1 and a separate line for level 2. So ADHD has been separated out in level 1 and level 2. So the first column is going to list your episodes of care. The next column says quality of service, and this is just going to be either you met the quality metrics or it's not met your quality metrics. Very, very simple and easy to look at a glance. The next one is your average episode cost, either acceptable or not acceptable. Very simple and easy to see at a glance. And whether or not you are at risk for gain or risk sharing, and the amount. Also, look on the bottom of this report. You'll see across these episodes of care you are subject to risk sharing, or it could be gain sharing, and it gives a total at the bottom that you can see right away, and in this one it says the stop loss was applied. So you can go right at the bottom of this page and see what the total is for your risk or gain sharing. So this is, I think, a nice enhancement from the last set of reports. And you will see these reports in the next set that you receive. The next page is your summary. I've pulled ADHD as one of the examples. If you'll notice at the top, this has level 1 closed episodes. In other words, this report is only going to have the closed episodes. Those episodes that are still open will not appear on the report. You've still got your total episodes, the total episodes included, and the total episodes excluded. There's no change to the cost in box 2. Where you're going to see a change is in number 3 on the quality summary. If you'll look, there's a black mark in the middle. On this side, this is the quality metrics that are linked to gain share. Previously, you haven't seen any of these quality metrics because we've been in the preparatory period. But once you start getting your performance reports, you're going to be able to see in this section, and say for ADHD, have you completed the certifications? It's going to be a bar graph. And in this example, they did achieve the quality metrics. On this side of the black line, you're going to see the quality metrics that are tracked but are not linked to gain sharing. So that's a big difference in these reports, and it's real easy to see at a glance. It is very important when you look at this and you have not met your quality metrics, you might want to go back and say, maybe I have not completed all the certifications for my beneficiaries, and you want to go back and look at those. You can also see that in your detailed report. At the end of the report, it has a detailed report for each of your beneficiaries, and it will show on there if you have reported clinical data. It'll have a yes or not any. So please be sure that you pay a lot of attention to this section and your detailed report to make sure you've entered your certifications in the portal. We have no change. You've still got the same cost summary and the key utilization metrics on this page, but please remember that you're looking up here and you want to make sure that you notice that it is closed episodes. The next page is your percentage page for your quality and utilization detail. The difference that we have here, if you'll notice, this top line is highlighted in blue. That is the one that is linked to gain sharing and your quality metrics that is linked to gain sharing. Here is your black mark. You have to be above this minimum standard in order to meet your quality metrics. So again, this is another one of those that you can look at a glance really quick and say, you know, I've got to be above that black mark. If I'm below it, I need to go back and look and see if I've entered all the data in the portal. The next page is your cost detail. We don't have any changes to this report. It's going to look the same as previous, but remember to go in there. This is a very important, and you can see where you need to make improvements or what you're doing that is working for your clinic or practice, and again, how you compare to other providers. There's still a glossary at the end of this. And as the episodes grow, the glossary also grows, I might add, and the detailed report will follow. I have a few other examples of the report that we can see. Right here we have the Level 2 closed episodes. Again, you need to look at this section right here to make sure that you've completed all the certifications for Level 2. And if we look at perinatal, which is another one that you can enter into the portal. If you'll look on this side, you still have your HIV screening, your strap, and your chlamydia screening that is linked to GainShare, and you have your other screenings on this side that are being tracked but are not linked to GainShare. So again, if you can see on this first one that they're above the minimum standard, so they're doing great. But if you're below that, you need to make sure that those screenings were performed, and if they were performed and not billed, you need to go in and put those in the portal in order to meet your quality metrics. Because even if your cost is acceptable and you have not met your quality metrics, you will not be eligible to participate in the gain sharing. Again, with the perinatal, you'll see the top three are highlighted in blue. Those are the ones that are linked to gain sharing, the quality metrics. You'll see they're all above the minimum standard, the black mark, and we're able to see that at a glance. So that is a really nice enhancement that they've made to the report.